This is a tutorial on how to set up a vanilla Minecraft server on a Windows. So first thing to do, of course, is to download the server. So you go to minecraft.net, come over here, click on download, and right here, minecraftserver.exe, that's what you want. I already have it downloaded. I put it in this folder over here called server. You can put it wherever you want. The name of the folder doesn't matter, location doesn't matter. But you have to be warned that it will start making more files, world files, configuration files. So it's recommended that you just put it in a folder by itself and name it something you can remember, like Minecraft server, something along those lines. Once you have it, you should check that you have the latest version of Java. Otherwise, it's going to have all sorts of problems. So on Windows, you just go to the command prompt, Java-version. No space between the dash and the version. And if it says 1.6 point something, you have the right version. And you're good to go. If the command prompt isn't working out, don't know how to find it, or it's just the version thing isn't working out, you can go to java.com and they'll guide you through how to do it. Next thing I'm going to do is you're going to just double click the executable, and it's going to spin and sputter for a while as it creates the world files. Creates the world, creates your spawn, creates the nether, all that goodness. And after that, it's going to look like, your folder's going to look like this. Whole bunch of different text files, the world information, and a properties file. So you're just going to kill the process, and then you're going to make any sort of changes you want to the properties file. Just got to open it with Notepad. And it's pretty straightforward. You can decide on the level name for any world you create. You can allow the nether or not. The default view distance. If you want hostile mobs. If you want the server to actually be a public online server, you'll put true. If you put false, it's only accessible on a local area network. Also, it will not validate any usernames. So anybody can come in and start griefing without any trouble as long as they make it on your network. Difficulty, peaceful, normal, hard, whatever you choose. Game mode, this is talking about creative versus survival. Spawn the neutral mobs like sheep and whatever. The maximum number of players you can host. You might want to put a limit depending on your server's capabilities, what it can do without massive lag. You can specify your server's IP. You can decide if you want players to hit players if it does damage. You can force it to use a specific seed. This is a server port, you don't want to mess with that. You can allow flying or not. Whitelist would be it's the list of players that are only allowed on there. So if you put true, if the name of the player is not on the whitelist document, they will not be allowed on the server. And then MOTD is the message of the day. That's just what it displays when you log into the server. Alright, so once all that's peachy and you're happy with that, you're going to want to try to connect to it. Well, first I'm going to launch it here. It's going to go for a couple seconds. It's going to prepare everything. Okay. Don't want to kill this, just subtract it somewhere. Also, it's not recommended to run the server on the same computer that somebody's going to be playing from, because it's just going to cause all sorts of latency issues. Your computer's not going to be able to keep up very well. So you're going to see some pretty poor performance right now when I'm about to test this, but it will demonstrate that it does work. So once Minecraft opens up, here we go. Log in. See Mojang. Oh, don't open twice. Okay. If you're going from a local area network, you can just type localhost, all one word, and it'll just join whatever server it finds on the local area network. And let's see what I get. Heard some water. This is what I'm talking about when I say bad performance. It's just spinning in place here. Oh, here we go. And it looks like I spawned in the middle of the ocean. Well, that's just beautiful. And it's super slow, but you can see the server is up. It is running on the local area network. It is perfectly easy to find. Anyway, I'll just kill this. Next thing is to tell people how to find your server if you want to connect from a computer that's not on the local area network. If you're putting it, if your server's offline and you're just playing on the local area network, you don't have to listen to this part. This part doesn't matter to you. But if you want people to connect from anywhere and you don't want to set up a virtual local area network or something, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to find your IP address, but not the internal IP address, the external IP address. You can do that from a site like whatismyip.com. Real simple. Hit there, IP lookup, and it'll just show you what it is. And this is the IP that's specific to the computer that you're on. So you want to run this on the computer that's running the server. Doesn't matter where you're connecting from. What matters is this IP address for the server. Now, if you have problems with this, like the IP's changing for some reason because it's not static, or any other number of reasons, you can go to what's called a dynamic naming service, or a DNS, and they'll just give you you can just pick a name, like a username for your IP, and then that username will act as your IP address, and then all the numbers and all that stuff will be dealt with by the service. It's just another option if you want that. The next thing to do, or actually the last thing to do, is to check to make sure that you have port 25565 open for forwarding. If you'll notice, that's the one that is right here, server port. If that's not open and you're not forwarding that port for Minecraft, it will not run. The server will you can't connect from anywhere outside. How you actually do that though will vary depending on your router, the company, all that. So you're gonna have to go to your router's manual, and it'll give you information on how to allow port forwarding. But just make sure 25565 is available for incoming and outgoing. No restrictions. If you do all that, should be going with the server in no time. Any questions, shoot them in the comment box, and I'll respond as soon as I can.